Our third honor is in the area of education abroad. To make the presentation, I am pleased to call upon Natalie Mello of the Forum on Education Abroad. Natalie?
Good evening. I'm Natalie Mello, Vice President for Programs, Training and Services for the Forum on Education Abroad. I'm so pleased to be here and I'm honored that ASIRT asked me to represent this year's honorees of the ASIRT Road Safety Leadership in Education Abroad Award. As we all know, this year has been a year unlike any other, and I think we would be hard-pressed to find any other sector of higher education more impacted by this pandemic than education abroad. COVID-19 has been devastating to the field. As I mentioned, I work for the Forum on Education Abroad. The Forum is a 501c3 nonprofit professional association for the field of education abroad and is recognized by the U.S. government as the standards development organization for that field. As the SDO, we facilitate the creation of standards that speak directly to the indicators of quality for study abroad programs. And of course, safety is always a primary concern that is addressed in the standards. This field believes that the way to a more just and peaceful world is through sending young people out into that world to learn about and experience other cultures, not as a tourist or a passerby, but as an active learner exploring our differences and perhaps more importantly, understanding the ways in which people around the globe are alike. However, this pandemic has made this extremely difficult this year. You may recall back in March, students were brought home abruptly. As the spring semester continued, study abroad offices crossed their fingers and hoped that the situation would pass quickly and that they could resume their plans to send students back across the globe, perhaps not in the summer, but surely in the fall. And while there are a handful of students studying abroad this semester, the vast majority of programs were canceled. Now the field realizes that this is not going to be just an aberrant year. We are looking most probably at a very long stretch before we are able to send students back out into the world in the numbers that we were seeing in 2019. But as the theme of this evening suggests, we must look toward the future. As we travel the roads of tomorrow, those of us in education abroad must take this time to prepare programs that are better than those offered in the past. If you will, we must build back better. The organizations that have been chosen as the awardees of ASIRT's Road Safety Leadership and Education Abroad Award know the value of planning and have leveraged the resources made available by ASIRT to improve the experiences for all of their study abroad participants, students, staff, and faculty. Regular use of the road safety reports, which are detailed reports on specific country destinations, enable risk managers and study abroad administrators to remain informed, update faculty leaders, plan program itineraries, and develop travel policies based on information about specific roads and risks. These reports provide education abroad professionals the ability to discuss road safety and pre-departure orientations and empower travelers with strategies to reduce risk by taking and making safe road travel choices. ASIRT proudly recognizes Atlas Workshops, Cornell University, the University of Georgia, and William and Mary for their long-standing commitment to providing their travelers with the best and most current information about road safety wherever they may be in the world. For the past 5 to 10 years, these organizations have consistently used ASIRT's many resources to support better decision-making regarding safe road travel. Atlas Workshops acknowledges how critical their membership to ASIRT has been over these last 5 years. ASIRT resources help supplement their local knowledge with broader country-level, detailed road and industry-wide information and best practices. Cornell University prides itself on their motto, every person, every study, everywhere. The 9 years as an ASIRT member has enhanced their ability to provide meaningful experiences to students from all disciplines that fit the students' goals while exploring the world. The University of Georgia's commitment to safety begins well before the travelers are boarding planes. Faculty and staff use the resources made available by ASIRT during the annual program design and development phase. The road safety reports continue to be a key part of their risk management strategy as they develop protocols around ground transportation. And William & Mary can boast that traditionally close to 60% of their undergraduates study abroad before they graduate. The ASIRT Toolbox has assisted the education abroad professionals in providing training for their faculty and students. This training, combined with the ASIRT resources, has been extremely helpful throughout the study abroad process, from program development, preparations, and execution. As you now realize, these organizations have made a serious commitment to providing their study abroad participants with the best information available around ground transportation, so that informed decisions can be made that ultimately impact the safety of all involved. It is commitment like that that will enable this field to recover from the current situation. I'm sure that my colleagues at all these entities are now taking this opportunity to review their policies and protocols, are evaluating what worked and what didn't, and are indeed building back better with the assistance of ASIRT. Join me in congratulating these outstanding organizations in receiving the 2020 ASIRT Road Safety Leadership and Education Abroad. Thank you.
Thanks, Natalie. I know that students all over the globe and their parents, families, and friends here in the United States really benefit from all that you and our Education Abroad honorees do.